Lee Bzorgi. I'm the Director of National Security Technology Center at Y12.
Okay, the name and the purpose of that.
This is a hydraulic cutter. It was designed to originally cut bolt heads. It cut at the surface, and it was designed and built fully at Y12. This is the hydraulic cutter. It was designed and fabricated at Y12. The hydraulic cutter was designed and fabricated to cut through the bolt heads. It's a tool that can be used for demolition purposes or for security purposes. It generates 5 tons. What we shot today when we were cutting the nails, it was using 1/5 of the power. It can cut a lot heavier nails. We have a special needs at Y12 that most of our products, you cannot find them off the shelf in the market. The tools that my group basically designs are the specialty tools. Many of them are used for specific projects. Every time before we start designing a tool, we look at the market to see what is available already in the market. If we can find it off the shelf, we don't design it. In case of a bolt cutter, the hydraulic cutter, we looked at and we talked to some of the tool manufacturers, and we end up designing it ourselves, mainly because we could design it for 1/10 of what it would cost us to have them fabricate it for us. The patent has been granted, and it's available to be licensed. And at Y12, we do have a long history of giving license to the outside businesses. And one of the beauty of dealing with Y12 is that we support them during the production, all the way through if they need to make modification to it or so on.
Very good.
We just tested the device, and we just used 1/5 of its power to cut through the nails. The device can generate 5 tons. We were using less than 1 ton. So it's capable of cutting heavier screws and cutting larger nails. We are demonstrating the tool by cutting some nails. For this demonstration, we are using 1/5 of the tool's power. We are using less than 1 ton. The tool can generate over 5 tons of force on the jaw. And the tool, the off-the-shelf air compressor that we have can generate 10,000 psi. And we selected the type of a ram that can handle the 10,000 and generate around 5 tons of force. The cutting head is enclosed inside the plexiglass and a stainless enclosure. The reason for that is that so operator can see through the clear plexiglass what it is cutting, but at the same time, this is a safety feature that the bolts that is cut or a nail that is cut will not hit his face. The most recent one is the Rapid Deployment Shelter System, which was licensed by a company called Adaptive Methods Corporation in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm happy to say that it brought over 100 jobs to Chattanooga. That was the pinnacle of all the licenses that I have had.
How can companies benefit from our efforts to share technology in general?
Many of our technology that they are licensable can be used outside Y12. And we have proven that by rapid deployment shelter system and the softwares that we have done. So why not let Y12 pay for the research and development, and you as an outside company come and benefit from it by getting a final product? My group in the National Security Technology Center was started to support Y12 security. But to be quite honest, we were so efficient that we got outsiders coming and asking us to do work for others program. So our primary mission is to support Y12 security and Y12 projects. But many of these other projects that comes out are for the national labs or people outside.
Is that a different project?
That was the RDSS. That was rapid deployment. It started as a future medical shelter system through the Army.
Right.
But then when we filed the patent for it, we got rid of the medical part and we made a shelter out of it, just basic shelter.
Okay.
And that's why Adaptive Method is doing. The biggest customer is emergency response team and FEMA, not the Army. For the new and future inventors, I would say that you will be surrounded by skeptics. Every invention that I had for the last 4 years, there always was a group saying that it's never going to work. My suggestion is that to listen to them, and if it doesn't make sense to you, and if you trust your invention, ignore them completely. Do what you think is right, and finish your invention and design. If it works, it's great. If it didn't work, you try it again. If it still doesn't work, you are in the wrong business. Go become a manager. That was a hell of a advice to the young inventors. The hydraulic bolt cutter was designed and fabricated at Y12. The body is made of 4140 steel, which is a hardened tool steel. The blades are made of S7 steel, which is a blade quality steel, all fabricated at Y12, general manufacturing shop. The device is made to have a replaceable jaw. So even though we are using it to cut nail, you basically can use it to punch hole. You can change the jaw to use it in a scissor action to cut sheet metal. It's a very powerful device. It's one of the most powerful ones I have seen in the market. It's an 18-pound device. It weighs 18 pounds, and it generates 5 tons of force, which is a factor of, for every pound that it weighs, it generates 500 pounds, which is extremely high. The device can be used for a smaller job. You don't need to have 5 tons for every project. So depending what they're using it for, they can actually, whoever licensed it from Y12 can manufacture it smaller and lighter and cheaper. Considering that my first product was published when I was 10, so I say I have 4 years of experience. But after the engineering degree is only 30 years.
After the what?
After I got my engineering degrees.
Oh, okay.
40, 40, 40, 40, 40,
Okay,
40.
now 40.
40. 40.
Okay.